Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and today I'm going to show you how you can find the sweetest and the sourest complement using Flow and Power BI. So the whole reason for me to do this is because if you're like one of me who isn't winning or simply cannot win any prizes in any of the lottery or the raffle prizes, then there's something you can actually do about that. Especially if you are one of the organizers or the speaker of the event, then what you can actually do is in a situation where you actually need to be quote unquote lucky, you can change that to someone who can be witty. So here's what I did in an event. In fact, I just did that recently as a proof of concept in the Houston SharePoint Saturday, and it worked out really well. So when I was speaking in the event, somewhere in halfway through the my session, I went ahead and put this slide up over there, and I just said that hey, a friendly sweet or sour competition is going to happen to win some swag or any other prizes that you're going to give. And I made sure that I showed some text over there, but I did not really reveal what the text was right until the end. So in the end, this is what happened. I went ahead and said that you can send a sweet or sour compliment, and you can send that to me to this one specific email address, and that email address could be anything, right? It could be your comments or compliments at and whatever email address that you want. But it's critical that you put something very specific in the subject line of the email because that is what Flow is going to look for. And then also, I recommended people that take away any signature that you have, because sometimes that signature can play a major role in the sentiment value, which text analytics, cognitive services text analytics is going to, go through and discover. So that's what I said is remove your email signature. Another comment over there was sometimes people did think that they didn't have any email signature, but their mobile app by default had something. So you want to bring that up to their attention as well. So let me now show you some of the examples of the text that I got, the compliments, and then after that, how my flow was working, and then finally the Power BI. Um, to make this a lot easier for you, in the blog itself, I've actually provided pretty much the whole thing, so you can just download it, and implement it, and you can start using it. Things I've done is, if you tend to use Excel in the backend to store it, I've given you an Excel spreadsheet which you can store in your OneDrive or in a SharePoint document library. If you tend to store this as a SharePoint list, then I've actually given you that STP file. Or if you want to create it as a SQL table, then I've even given you that SQL query so you can go ahead and just run that and your table shows up over there. In addition, I've given you the zipped flow template so you can import that and start using it. And then finally, I also gave you the Power BI template so you can just make all the connections and start leveraging that. So here's basically what I did. In the event that I was speaking at, I just told people to send an email to a very specific email address. And I was speaking at the Houston SharePoint Saturday, and over there I just put in 2018, SPS Houston. And so that's what Flow was looking for. It was looking for a very specific email coming in with a very specific event name in the subject line. Once that was done, it went ahead and detected the sentiment value. What I did have to do was add this additional step, and that was to strip off all the HTML from the email body. Because even though the email body may look like it is just text, there's actually a lot of HTML in it. So I went ahead and stripped that off using this one action. This action right now is in preview mode. It is free, and so you can just do the HTML, the text, and in that I went ahead and put the body. And then after that, I went ahead and just put all of that to a SharePoint list in this example. But like I said, you can put that into an Excel spreadsheet, or you can even put that in your SQL table. So after all of this was done, I was able to now go ahead and get this type of content. And these were all the lists and the columns over here. And this was actually data that came in from an event that I did this live, and it worked out really well. So finally, all said and done, this is an example of the Power BI report, where I did not have to ask any questions, to see who the winner was or do any raffle tickets. Right here itself, I was able to find out who the winner was, who gave me the most sweetest and the most sourest compliment. So as you can see through the sentiment value, I was able to get the highest score, and that even though here you see the entire list, I've also built a Power BI report which actually goes ahead and filters down to the highest or the max score and then the minimum score. In order to do that, I had to go ahead and build two new measures. In fact, there were six measures, and I've described that in detail in the blog. But in a nutshell, one measure is to grasp the or to get the highest sentiment, and the other one was to get the lowest sentiment. So it was actually quite hilarious because the highest sentiment, did go ahead and capture that, hey, this was an excellent presentation, was a beautiful lecture about bots using Power Apps and Flow. And if I just hover my mouse over there, you can see the whole text as well, basically saying the idea itself is great. Let me work on getting something similar. But my personal favorite was actually the lowest compliment. This one over here had said that this presentation was the most boring thing I've experienced in my life. Um, the presenter skills are hideous, and he is clueless and ignorant. Obviously, the attendee intentionally sent that. Flow caught it. Sentiment value gave it the lowest score, and these are the two people that actually won the prizes. So there were no raffle tickets. I didn't have to ask any questions. This actually made the attendees got their full attention. I got such good compliments. People said they've never seen anything like this, and everybody had a fighting chance over here. So I want to share this with all the people who do events, organize events, and the speakers to actually give prizes instead of having luck now or doing it luckily. You can actually be witty and share all these prizes. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.